cons of tourettes camp, and I'm going to have 2 pros and 2 cons of tourettes camp. And this is just in my opinion, the pros and cons, but and I've only ever been to one tourettes camp, but I've been going there for 4 years, and I think it would apply to every tourettes camp, just because all the tourettes camps that I know of are about a week long, and it's just you, like you're away from your family if your siblings or parents like don't have tourettes. So the first pro is that you make a ton of friends, and like even if you're like the most quiet person ever, like you still make a ton of friends just because of the kids in your cabin. And then you have like a you have like a discovery thing where you meet a whole bunch of other kids and like from and around the camp. So you're honestly, you make a whole bunch of friends. There's never like a time where you don't see someone either from your cabin, because you're in my experience, you're with your cabin a lot. So and you just always make friends. I don't know. You just always have people to connect with and stuff. And then one of the cons is anxiety, and like I mentioned before, the camp is like a week, and it's like away from your family. So like I go to camp Twitch and Shout, and that's in Georgia, and I'm from Chicago. So it's a bit of a different distance. So like a lot of kids, like I travel to get to the camp. So a lot of kids, they just come from everywhere, or people come from everywhere, and you can experience anxiety. I mean, yeah, it's like anxiety when you're away from your family, and like you're not used to that, especially for like 5 nights and 6 days, I think it is. And it can be actually very scary, but it's definitely worth it just because you meet everybody. And leading up to my next pro is they make you active, like they keep you active all the time. Like you're just always active, and you're always interacting with people, and you're always doing something, and there's never like a dull moment except when you go to sleep, and even then it's pretty like crazy. So yeah, they just keep you really active at camp. And like for example, like we have a discovery. So this is my 4th year. So my first 2 years I did a cooking discovery, which is just where you like cook. And then my 3rd year I did a haunted house discovery, and my 4th year this year I did a boating discovery. So that was really fun, and we just like tried out the different boats, and then some kids like flipped their boats, and it was cool. And then your counselors, they pick up different activities. So like sometimes you could do archery or boating or rock climbing or ropes or team building. You could do swimming, fishing. You just do a whole bunch of dancing. You do a whole bunch of stuff. Like there's like card games. You could do like flower fights. You could do like painting your nails and like spa stuff. Like it's just all different kinds of things that you do for your activities, and your counselors can pick. But it's awesome, and yeah, they just keep you active all the time. It's nice. And then the last con is the second con is you catch other people's ticks. And I mean, there's just so many kids that go to the camp. So there's like 170, like 200, I don't even know. But there's a lot of kids that go to the camp, and so you catch other people's ticks from being all around all those kids all the time. Like you eat every single lunch meal with the whole entire camp, and you're just with those kids all the time, and you catch their ticks because you're with them. And if you hear it over and over and over again, you're gonna catch the ticks eventually. So my ticks are personally, they're a lot of the time quiet, my ticks. And this year, okay, my ticks for some reason, they're really, really good while I'm at the camp. But then right when I get like off the plane, like they go crazy, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Like they just go psycho. And like I don't even know if I can say it, but my ticks coming home this year were saying F you, the like real words, bitch, and then F you, nigga, and then putting it, gun up to his head and saying bang bang motherfucker. Like, and they were so quiet at camp. Like, at camp is, shh, it's okay, it's okay, shh, it's okay, it's okay. Like, that was my tick. And, I mean, of course I had other ticks, but most of the time, they're really quiet and stuff, so, yeah, my ticks are always bad when I go home, though. But I know a lot of people that have bad ticks while they're there. My ticks aren't bad, though, while I'm there, which is weird. And then my ticks, they take about 3 days, 2 to 3 days to, like, three to 4 days to officially go away. Like, the first day, it's terrible. The second day, it's, like, still terrible. And then the third day, it's, like, you, for me, I barely do it. And then the fourth day, it's, like, a couple, or, like, non-existent. So, yeah. But those are the pros and cons of Tourette's Camp. I mean, there's so many more pros. I honestly can't even think of any more cons because it's just that great. But there's so many more pros to Tourette's Camp, and I suggest everybody with Tourette's to at least go to any Tourette's Camp at least once in their life, because honestly, it's amazing, and I can't wait. Every single time I have, like, a bad day or something, I'll be like, oh, I can't wait for that weekend this summer when I get to go to Georgia and just spend a whole week with all my friends. So, it's awesome, and we all stay connected through social media, like Twitter, Instagram, Kik, Snapchat, like, anything, or just our, oh my god, our phone numbers. So, yeah, we just always stay connected and stuff. And they're honestly like your family and friends. Like, they literally become your family at the end of the week. So yeah, and I hope you had a good, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.